Kisses to all my subscribers. Thank you so much, Ziggy Lee, for my super sticker. I don't believe that I thanked you on my channel. And I just really wanted to say I'm very grateful. Thank you. Today was a busy day. I was on the phone with my mom. I definitely wanted to get to it because my mom was very interesting tonight. Kisses to all of you. So, my mom says, don't try to understand. She said her sister told her this. She says, don't try to understand her because you never will be able to understand her because you're not in that frame of mindset. You don't know you don't know how that operates. It is in a whole nother realm that you can't even go to. Meghan, I said, wow. My mom was talking about something else. Stop trying to get people to understand what they're not going to understand. That's not really it. I have to stop trying to figure out who Meghan is because it is what it is. It's who she has portrayed herself to be. But why? I have no idea because we would never be able to do anything like that. Let's marry a prince so we can run back to the United States to be an A-lister or being a president or be like this. She could have been anything that she thought she could have been after she married Harry. But when she went on the Oprah show, it messed it all up. I've said it in almost every video, but it's time for a repeat. The Oprah show damaged her reputation, damaged her. The Oprah show, the Netflix series, and on and on and on. They didn't get enough. They went on a full-blown blast war of just disgusting, nasty behavior towards their family and didn't leave anything unturned. And now all of a sudden she wants to leave that behind, wants us to forget about it, wants us to forgive her and move on because she's not doing that anymore, but she still is. She's going to try her hardest to be something more than what we have said that she is. The A-listers over there. The question is Kim an A-lister? I don't know. An A-lister is, I don't know. An A-lister has talent. She's an influencer. I made a mistake. Oops. Look how Kim got reduced down. Yes, you're a billionaire. Yes, you're this and that. But what is it? The connection with you and Doria and Meghan. It was really interesting to get that from my mom because it made a lot of sense. No matter how hard I tried to figure this out, because I don't know anyone that would do any of the stuff that Meghan is doing and continue to do it. I heard through the grapevine that she is ready to play in a movie so she can get an Emmy. Because she thinks she's good enough for that now. Let's get to it, guys. I know I had more, but I do apologize. I have a lot on my mind right now because I feel like I don't have a lot of time to chit chat with you, and I definitely want to get to this. So give me a moment. Okay, so this is GB News. This is Dan Wooden. And I don't want to talk long about this because I don't agree with it. And so here we go.
Sussexes have been dropped by their celebrity A-list pals. An unexpected member of the family has been out making connections. Meghan's mother, Doria, pictured at a glitzy charity event with the stars of Keeping Up the Kardashians, Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian. So, Cara, you're over there in the US. Can you shed any light as to why it's Doria attending this high-profile celebrity event and not her daughter?
I think this is a classic Markle move to deploy her mother on the charm offensive and try and win back some popularity that she's lost. And I actually think this is genius, Dan. Since Meghan and Harry were married, Doria's kept a very low profile. I think it's inevitable that we're going to see more of her.
Sorry.
Popularity that she's lost. And I actually think this is genius.
Her daughter?
I think this is a classic Markle move to deploy her mother on the charm offensive and try and win back some popularity that she...
Let's stop there. Popularity with who? With the A-listers. And so if she starts hanging out with the A-listers, then all of a sudden we are going to change our mind about Meghan. That's not how it works. I'm sorry, that is not how it works. Okay? No. What happens is we start questioning those that are hanging out with these two because Doria is not innocent. Doria perpetuated or added to the docuseries, adding that, the royal family was racist. And they wasn't. And Harry came out later and said they never said it. Doria said it. Pure racism. And so, they didn't show that clip when they were showing her taking pictures with the Kardashians. Next to it, it should have had like another screen and showed, yes, by the way, it was just pure racism. I told Meghan that. That's what Doria said. That's what I remember her saying. That's all that I heard her say. And so, no, they are not credible. Meghan's mother is not credible. She doesn't come with a get out of jail card free or I don't know. She doesn't come with this person of anything other than she allows her daughter to be disrespectful and to continue her narrative that she is not, something's wrong, like my mom said. That we are not, you can't figure that out, Tisha, because you're never going to be figuring it out because you're not in that frame of mind as hers, and you would never do that. However, let me flip back. No. She doesn't come out. They're wonderful again. The Meghan Markle and her mother are coming out. Doria's in her little sunny dress, and they're just wonderful. No, it's not going to be swept under the rug. They keep thinking that Meghan has damaged her brand, whatever brand that was going to be irreversible. And what's killing me is that people haven't gotten the news, the memo, that her stuff is not wanted or liked. They don't want her over there speaking about courage and determination at the Invictus Games. No. What they're doing is pretending that everything is just okie dokie and we're going to move on with the Titanic, knowing that I don't mean to use that as an analogy, but it is. It happened in history. It happened. And Meghan is still thinking it's there. It's almost like my mom said, it's like you will never be able to understand that. It's there, but it's not. Meghan is still thinking that she's floating. Her reputation. Listen, a lot of YouTubers have come back out to let her know that your reputation is still there. Sorry. You've done something that none of us would do. And you didn't go after just any family. You went after a beloved family and a queen that was in her last days. That we saw invited you into her castle and gave you homes and riches and money so you could take care of your family. For you to turn around and stab her in the back. For your fame, your fortune. Like, what's her name? Taz? I just heard her today. It was good. That you are the product of someone being married because of fame. You married Harry because you wanted fame. And now that you got it, it has dissolved some things. But what it's not going to do is resurrect her D-list status, because she is not even in a status, and people are curious and nosy and want to see. And so that's the only reason she's getting recognition. It is not because she's popular. And whoever would gamble $1 million, I'm not going to look. And those that do, remember, if you are one of her critics and you go on there and you click on it because you're nosy, remember, you're giving to her $1 million budget. Meghan doesn't care if you like her or not, just long as she's making the money and trying to get back in the good graces of the A-listers. But I don't care what A-listers she try to hang out with and be with. They will be marked like they all are when they associate themselves with her. Maybe WME said, let's send Doria out there. Maybe that's not so bad. It's worse because it's like a game. Let's test it. Let's see if she get any popularity. Try as hard as you want. The $200,000 and $300,000 or a couple of more millions that you get off of the people that are nosy, you will get. But the pot is drying up, and I don't think that she sees that. What bothers me is that she has what did they say? 100,000, 600,000 followers right now. She should have millions. She's the Duchess of Sussex. They should be in line waiting for her thing to come out. I heard that her Instagram TIG, whatever, handler was out or whatever, may or may not be. But anyway, there's about 700 followers. Maybe it's a fake one, just to see how many is going to sign up. Not very many. Because when they came out with their royal website, they racked up so many in like minutes. It was at millions and millions of followers. She won't have that this time. And she owes it all to herself. No one did that. Listen, Sussex Squad, when you come after us because you think that we're jealous or upset or whatever, no. Listen to what we're saying a little bit and see if it's your girl. This is how they like to do it. Who are you? How are you going to go after a black sister? How are you going to... You're making money off of her. Really? Actually, I'm enjoying the show, to tell you the truth. And the show is, she's the star. And we're just talking about what she's doing. What's wrong with that? She opened the door. Catherine is very private. All I know about Catherine is what Sue says. That's it. But Meghan is an open door. Let's go back to her. I know I went off topic. Sorry. Let's move back. See, that's why I didn't want to do this one. But anyway, no.
Harry were married. Doria's kept a very low profile. I think it's inevitable that
she has not kept a low profile, because if she had, then she wouldn't have been on a docuseries talking crazy, and she would be pushing Meghan to allow her husband, her ex-husband, the one that she did have Meghan with. Doria, Thomas Markle. Yes, that one. The one that has been begging his daughter to see his grandkids. Hasn't been able to, not on Zoom or nothing. Because she's too big for her father right now. He's a peasant. And he's done something so unforgivable. That tells you she's a forgiver. She has a heart that she forgives. She won't even forgive her father. But she's about courage and strength, and she's gonna go say a speech. This is what we're gonna do. Some kind of way, I'm gonna get the speech that she says at the Invictus without giving any support to her or Harry. And we're gonna dissect that sucker. And I'm going to call her out on everything that she says that is a bunch of hogwash. Because you are not about integrity. You are not about people. You are not about love and caring and forgiveness. You are not about that. And perseverance and doing things and understand that we only live on this earth once. And unforgiveness is just disgusting. And you need a lot of forgiveness. You want us to forgive you, but you won't forgive your father? Check this out. Tessa and all the rest of them. He's going to be the king. Oh, okay. So you're going to put it on William because he's going to be the king, that he needs to be the bigger person. No. What you're trying to say is that you want them to apologize for something that they didn't do, Tessa, so that these two can start making money. Or doing whatever they need to do to get out the good graces. No, what it will do is make the kingdom weak. Because it is not their fault, and that would be making them feel like they admitting guilt as if they've done something. So why in the hell would they apologize or feel sorry for something? No. For what? So Meghan can move on with her Hollywood life? Meghan, the verdict is out. This is who you are. No one can see the kids. She act like they did something to her.
That we're going to see more
as to why.
now.
Listen, we're talking about her brand and what she's coming out with and what she's doing because this is what Meghan wants to talk about. She wants us to get excited about her newness. Because next week it'll be another picture or another come out or something's going to happen. They are on a PR campaign to bring her up. And I'm sorry, she has it wrong. This is not bringing her popularity up. It's making it look desperate. And Kim and Chris, how is that making it better? What? Their friends are going to hang out with them now?
And from people that I've spoken to in LA, she will be the kind of key to carve out this new path.
The key? See, that's that stupid stuff. Listen, you need to get it. I like her, but she has it wrong. And even if they have this plan for Meghan's mother to be the face of Meghan and carve out this sweet daughter of hers, it's a bunch of hogwash. That's not going to do it. I'm sorry, it just makes no sense. The people have spoken. We determine that by her popularity and her reputation, not the A-listers, because we determine theirs too. We, the people, we determine who's famous and who's not. And Meghan can't get through the cracks of anyone because of her own selfishness. And her mother is not going to carve out a show for her. Has she? This is pathetic.
That Meghan seems to be creating for herself away from Prince Harry. I mean, you look at...
That's not a good element. That's not something good. Carving away from Harry. I'm bored. I'm bored with Meghan because she is not with the royal family. The only reason why we gave up care about Meghan is because of her connection to the royal family. Please, who out there that are Americans, somebody show this video to someone. Who was interested and what was going on in the UK is because Meghan was an American and, half black too. But no, not even that. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's not something that I thought of. I thought of her as just an American that was going to marry a prince on the for real side. Because honestly, she portrays herself as white. She doesn't relate. She doesn't relate to anyone. Anyway, no, it doesn't. It wasn't the color aspect. I want you guys to be thinking that, oh, I watched it because of. No. It was because she was an American. And now, what is our fascination with? Something that she's going to show us in America that we've seen 1 billion times, a glass of wine or something new, a new product that someone's going to give her $1 million a page for. Like Lady said, that's a whole bunch of washer stuff. This is just stupid. In this conversation, she's going to be like, yep, she's going to come back and say she misdiagnosed it. Because no one's going to be jumping through hoops because she took pictures with Chris and Kim. Look, I unsubscribed. Their box office poison. The entire Markle, that Doria, Meghan, and Harry scenario together is damaged goods. Come on, let's go.
Who knew Instagram handle is just Meghan, it's not Duchess or Mrs. Sussex.
So?
I don't think it's crazy to believe that Doria will act as a superpower as she tries to reinvent herself. And it's great because she's largely kept away from the drama. She isn't tainted like...
Go back and watch the docuseries. She's part of the drama. She's in it. She's sitting there with Meghan. She doesn't let Thomas Markle see the kids. I just said that. She didn't say, Meghan, why don't you stop being mad at your dad? And no, she's a part of them being apart. They're not about family. They're not about love. They're not about caring. No, Meghan's all about getting to the top. And listen, this shenanigan communications that's coming out is a false read. It's a false.
Harry,
no.
Even Meghan's father, Tom.
Dan wouldn't.
I think she will be the key to success, trying to get back some of these Hollywood.
She said key to success for getting back with the Hollywood people. Listen, it's up to them if they want to take that chance with this woman, Meghan Markle. The royal family has learned their lesson. And if anybody is watching over there in A-lister land, they would know that they would not want to be attached to someone like her, someone that is this despicable to their own relatives after they the one got her over to where she needed to be famous. And so if I was an A-lister, I would be like, oh, hell no. I don't care if you're hanging out with her, Kim. If me and Kim were friends, let's have this scenario. I would like, Kim, no, I'm not hanging out with her. I don't like the way she treated the queen. I don't like the way she treated her family. And first of all, I'm surprised that you're even hanging out with her. Why? Oh, we need to forgive. No, where's her father, though? Where's her father? Did she forgive him? Forgiveness starts here first. No, that's the A-lister that I'm looking for. That's going to be like, no. And Serena, they're not friends anymore. So, no. The word is out on the street. I don't think this is true. I really think this is just a wannabe fantasy. This would be good for someone that hadn't damaged themselves as bad as Meghan. Sorry. And I've said it 1 billion.
Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner are a great get to start with.
Yeah, and it is fascinating, isn't it, Ingrid Stewart? Because for a long time, Meghan insisted, oh, my mum doesn't want any of the spotlight. Then she popped up in the Netflix show, actually seeming very confident. Now she's there with the Kardashians. This is no coincidence, is it, Ingrid?
Well, I think it is a bit. I think that it's such an unlikely
How dare you disagree?
She thinks it's a coincidence.
Sort of a zen, a bit hippie Doria.
It's not a coincidence.
And the Kardashians
It's a coincidence.
isn't a natural sort of coupling. And you know what photographers are like? They kind of push you together. And
I like her version of it. I do. Because I said that too. I was like, okay, maybe it was a one-off where you just take a picture like Ellen did with Trump, but wasn't a Trump supporter or whatever, and took a picture with him. That doesn't mean she support him. But, just depends. I think it's the latter because I don't think Chris or Kim is taking pictures with anyone that they don't want to take a picture with. I just feel that way. Like it's always something in it for them. Now, let's see.
I just cannot feel that Doria would want to do this because she likes being on the periphery. I don't think she likes being...
No. Ingrid. Don't buy into what she said in the past because this is the mother of Meghan.
Maybe she doesn't care one way or another, but let me tell you something. She's going to do whatever Meghan tells her to do. Just like Harry. And if Meghan told Doria to get herself to that party, then Doria had better get herself to that party. She ain't giving her no more money. No, she went on the docuseries and called them racist, and then 2 weeks later they're talking about it's not. I would have been pissed off if I was Doria. You told me to say that they were racist. She wasn't even over there long enough to know. How did she know? She heard what her daughter said. And her daughter didn't say, check this out. Doria heard what Meghan said about the family being racist, okay? Meghan heard it from Harry. Check this out. Doria heard Meghan say they're racist because Harry told her before they even met that if they had kids, it would be a situation with the color of the skin. And it hasn't been. And so Doria went on the docuseries and let it be known that it was pure racism based on what Meghan said. Because she's going to believe her daughter. Mm-hmm. But if I thought, I probably would have said, first of all, it's sad. It's so sad. Doria has no control with Meghan. Meghan does what she wants to do when she gets ready to do it, and how she wants to do it, and so forth. And Doria is a pawn in it all. She is not giving Meghan any advice. Meghan ain't listening to her. Meghan is telling her what to do, just like she's telling Harry what to do. And so she told Doria to go on the Netflix show and say that the royal family was racist. Pure racism. As if she was in the room. Neither one of them was. But she wants us to forgive her. And she wants to move on. And she's over that. And now she wants to be with the A-listers because she's learned everything that she needed to learn now. And she's not that person. She's still that person. If not worse. Separate herself from Harry? Why would she separate the very thing that made her who she was and who she is? And if she doesn't stay connected, she will lose all of it. Unless she marry a billionaire. And do stocks very well.
About that photo, mark my words.
No. Last thing, and then I'll let you guys go.
Mackenzie, how do you think this is going to be received, this new documentary from Harry?
I mean, I do think that we're seeing a different side of Prince Harry lately. We've seen him, at his polo event in Japan. We expect him to be at a child event alone in the next few days. It seems like Harry's getting back to his royal roots, and
that's that BS. You can't get back to any royal roots. You can just play the game. Because I feel like I was being tricked to thinking that Harry was this great, 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 great charitable person that came from the royal family. I no longer think that. I think Harry is a traitor. And I think whatever he does it for himself, and he is selfish. He has mastered the manipulation of Meghan. Kinsley.
Reports are in the States that his wife, Meghan Markle, is being advised to professionally part ways and do her own thing.
Professionally part ways.
Which I think would be a very bad move, because as the public, we've fallen in love with Harry since he was a little boy. We fell in love with Meghan Markle because we already loved Harry. I think to separate herself from Harry professionally, that could be it could have some negative consequences, because I think we're
more than negative. I don't know how else you're going to put it. You're separating yourself what made you who you were, the Duchess of Sussex, and now it's fading. It's fading so fast. If you blink, it's over. The ring and everything. So obviously she's getting some bad advice, or she thinks this is the best road, or she is done with Harry. She took off her wedding ring. She's separating herself. She's flying over there to say a speech. It just makes no sense to me. To keep this fairy tale thing, it's not a fairy tale. This is the worst fairy tale I've ever heard. It is so discombobulated. I bet Harry is so confused he don't know which way he's going. I heard he was out there merching some water. They need money. If they are continue to separate, watch the TIG. Keep your eye on Meghan's Instagram if it ever comes out.
We're likely to forgive Harry first for the last few years, and if we feel like they're no longer...
It's all about the TIG. Everybody's talking about the TIG. Everybody's talking about the Instagram. How many followers she got. How she's going to do this movie. It's all about Meghan.
For a unit.
Rebranding.
It's going to be harder for us to give Meghan Markle as well.
Slightly off topic, but I just want to find out what's behind that then. Why this professional parting of the ways?
Because Harry don't know what the hell he doing.
That the royal family element is dramatic. There's too much drama surrounding Meghan Markle, and they think, thanks to Suits, thanks to the summer success that is Suits, that Meghan could still have a career in Hollywood.
Right there. They need to stop banking it off of stuff like that. It is not a good case in point that Suits is doing good. Anybody can turn it on Suits and watch it like all day long and run up some numbers. I don't trust it at all. I don't think that they need to listen. If I was the marketing team, I would be like, I am not basing my millions off of Suits that's been here for years. Now all of a sudden we're watching it. I don't trust that at all. And I don't think that Meghan is some superstar that everybody's going to run to the movies to see. Here's the danger in starring her with a A-lister. I'm hearing, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. Try it. Try to make this D-lister an A-lister and see if the film won't flop. Because it will. And that will be a mistake that Leonardo has made in thinking that she has it like that.
Whether that is becoming a
brand
ambassador or finding a really exciting project that she could jump into. There are rumors that she wanted to work with the actress and comedian Mindy Kaling over here. So they think that there's too much negativity and drama surrounding the royal family.
Okay, so that did something to me. Hold on, guys. Come on. Okay, here we go. I had a piece of candy.
And decaling over here. So they think that there's too much negativity and drama
That's
surrounding
good.
the royal family, and that Meghan should pursue a solo venture.
There's too much negativity surrounding the royal family. I'm confused. How do I have my hair? I don't know. Okay, sorry. Stuff happens when I leave the room and come back. It does. Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. This candy is so good. It's a gummy bear, so it takes forever. Anyway, there's too much negativity surrounding the royal family. What does that mean? It's weird because it's almost trying to say is that she wants to separate herself from Harry since there's so much negativity coming from his side. There she go blaming again. There she go thinking that it's something else and not her. That it's not, it has to be. She wants to separate herself away from the negativity from the royal family. And Harry's negative. That's what Kinsley is saying, is that she's trying to separate herself from her husband, separate herself from the negativity of the royal family, which is her husband, and do things separately since it's negative. All I've been seeing is positive things coming from the UK with the royal family. So how is all this negativity surrounding the royal family? This is what kills me. And let me remind Kinsley that Meghan started this crusade of let's go after the royal family. That's where the negativity was surrounded. The negativity was surrounded by the Oprah show, the Netflix series, and also the therapy session in Harry's book. But Meghan was a part of all of that. So you can't separate yourself from something that you started and you did and you cultivated and you made happen. Because the last time I checked, she was Mexiting. The last time I checked, she decided to go on the Oprah show. She came out there before Harry. She set the tone. She the one did that stupid curtsy on the Netflix show. So it's just weird how it's negativity surrounding the royal family when it's, and I'm sure, I don't know how they're putting it or phrasing it, but the negativity that she's trying to distance herself from, maybe what they should say is she's trying to distance herself from the royal family because she has an obsession with them. And she can't keep their names and stuff out of their mouths. So we're going to separate her so she can heal behind her delusional stuff. This is me ad-libbing and making up stuff on the way. But no. They didn't come with the negative. They were positive. They were trying to help Harry and Meghan continue whatever. They were not trying to do this. They are not the ones that came on the show and decided to tell it all and make up stuff along the way. And then not only did they do that, they started saying people's names. Here's the thing, and I'm switching. The last segment that we were just watching when the lady was saying how Doria was the key to Meghan getting back in with the A-listers, and then flip over here to Kinsley's side and she reminds us that I forgot what I was going to say, but it's not the same. Her hanging out with A-listers is not going to make us want to watch her more or want to be like her more, or her reputation is going to change into something, or we're not going to think that she was some woman that conned Harry into making her famous. But Kinsley is going to say it. I'm jumping back. My point is that the negativity came from these two. And so while you're trying to separate the very thing that made you who you were is the very thing that she needs to be trying to say she's sorry. I didn't mean to, or maybe I misunderstood, and trying to get into the good graces of the royal family so they can, that's the only bone that she would be thrown, because right now that's not going to work. Pretending to have A-lister friends or having them. Who cares? I don't care that yes, I did, because it made me think of Kim in a way like, oh, okay, I misjudged you. And then rewind it back. Oh my goodness. I know I'm all over the place and I'm missing my point. Hold on. Sorry, I do apologize. Hubby's a little sick, so anyway. I screwed up my point. I don't know what I was trying to say. But what I do know is that they're the negatives. They brought the negative. They brought down this, I'm going to take the royals down. You know, he will always be the son that almost did that or tried to do it. Not almost, but tried to. Let's move on.
And I think it's going to reflect poorly. So
Here,
they think
let's rewind it.
Meghan is becoming a brand ambassador or finding a really exciting project that she could jump into. There are rumors that she wanted to work with the actress and comedian Mindy Kaling over here. So they think that there's too much negativity and drama surrounding the royal family, and that Meghan should pursue a solo venture in Hollywood. And I think it's going to reflect poorly if
Oh, are they trying to say that, you know, she needs to come over to the Hollywood side to make money instead of being on the royal side? That doesn't make sense. Meghan left the UK a long time ago. She's been over here trying to build a brand a long time ago, Kinsley. We've been waiting on something ever since the Trash Fest. And so, what? All of a sudden, she's got an epiphany. The story doesn't make sense. It's just, it doesn't make sense that they would separate themselves from each other. And the reason why is because of the negativity surrounding the royal family. No, Meghan stopped being a royal when she left. She wasn't a royal after that. After Oprah, Netflix, and all of that, they sealed their fate. They made their decision that they no longer wanted to be a part of the royal family. They have become enemies. In my story. Here we go. Wait.
in love with Harry since he was a little boy. We fell in love with Meghan Markle because we already loved Harry.
Right.
I think to separate herself from Harry,
I rewinded a little bit.
That could be
We did.
Could have some negative consequences, because I think we're more likely to forgive Harry first for the last few years, and if we feel like they're no longer a unit, it's going to be harder for us to give Meghan Markle as well.
Slightly off topic.
Negative consequences, because I think we're more likely to forgive Harry first.
Okay, so basically what she's saying is that Harry's doing, here, I want you to hear it. Let me just stop it and rewind it. Let me be fair.
I've fallen in love with Harry since he was a little boy. We fell in love with Meghan back to his royal roots, and reports are in the
This is what she said.
It seems like Harry's getting back to his royal roots, and reports are in the States that his wife Meghan Markle is being advised to professionally part ways and do her own.
If Harry is getting back to his royal roots without his family, without, you know, some type of backing from the royal family, it just feels like he's out there by himself, wandering and hoping and wishing or whatever. It falls flat. The Invictus is not what it used to be because of Harry and Meghan, because of the Oprah show, because of the docuseries, and because of Spare and Netflix. Let me tell you something. People have not forgiven that. Just because it was a while ago, it is still ringing in people's ears. And every time you bring up Harry and Meghan, that's what you think of. And so it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to be anything other than whatever. Because who are going to invest in them? Good luck. And since, don't be fooled by suits.
A very bad move, because as the public, we've fallen in love with Harry since he was a little boy. We fell in love with Meghan. We already loved Harry. I think to separate herself from Harry professionally, that could be it could have some negative consequences, because I think we're more likely to forgive Harry first for the last few years. And if we feel like they're no longer a unit, it's going to be harder for us to give Meghan Markle as well.
Slightly off topic, but I just want to find out.
So she thinks that if Harry's going to do all the charity work and Meghan's going to do all the branding, then it's going to seal her fate that people really realize that Meghan's all about herself. It's going to take that. It took that. It's going to take all of that, Kinsley, for people to finally see that Meghan is this self-centered, selfish person, and it's going to look bad. Let me tell you something. If they haven't caught on by yet, I'm telling you, they're late to the show. Meghan has been thinking about herself from the get-go. Why? It's time for her to become, so she's not hiding it anymore. And this is the deals that she had in the beginning people were knocking at her door in the beginning when she came over here, the Duchess of Sussex, and she turned them down, I'm sure, and said, no, I don't want to work with you because you're not paying me enough money, or that's beneath me. Like Andy Cohen. Now she needs Andy Cohen because that's it for her. No one's going to take her seriously. I'm not. I'm not going to go and pay $15 to go watch her in a theater. Bring it. No. I don't think that this is going to make it worse. Some people will be like, oh, yeah, there she go. She came over here. How do you not know? She's been separating herself. WME has been separating her from Harry's from the beginning since they decided that this was a good idea. And so how do you not already see, Kinsley, that Meghan is all about branding herself and being herself and merching herself and doing everything for herself and nothing for anyone but herself?
What's behind that then? Why this professional parting of the ways?
They believe that the royal family element is dramatic, is too much drama surrounding Meghan Markle, and they think, thanks to Suits, thanks to the summer success that is Suits, that Meghan could still have a drama surrounding Meghan Markle, and they think, thanks to...
I guess what she's trying to say it, Kinsley. No. The crap that Meghan said on all those shows brought about this negativity towards her. The truth. The truth is the Oprah show and everything that her and Harry has done from this moment on is the reason why they're not doing great. Or because she thinks she needs to separate. That's not going to make us think that, no. This is crazy. How is that helping? How is that better? How is that a good element that they're splitting business ways because of the drama? So they can't work together business-wise because of the royal connection. That doesn't even make sense. Say it. Say it out loud to yourself. The reason why Harry and Meghan can't work together is because of the drama that they have with the royal family and all of that associated with it. So they thought it would be better for these two to work apart. So what you're saying is that Harry and Meghan aren't compatible because they can't work together. They need to work apart because his family is royal and hers isn't. It's a bunch of crap. I'm sorry. This doesn't make sense to me.
They believe that the royal family element is dramatic,
The royal family element is too dramatic. So they're trying to separate herself from the Duchess of Sussex. Are they saying that, we don't want you to be saying that your name is the Duchess of Sussex anymore. We just want you to be Meghan. Bring it down a notch. Still doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. She married a prince. Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, name whatever you want to name her. She's still that same person. She's still that same person that conned Spotify, conned Netflix, and continue to con. Now she wants us to believe that she wants to separate herself from the drama of the royal family and the drama of the royals, of the drama of your husband's family. You can't get along with your husband's family, so you and him can't work together business-wise. Listen, I can't work with you, Harry, because the drama with, with the royals. And so me and you gonna have to split up as far as our careers. Oh, okay. Let me know if that makes sense to you.
Too much drama surrounding Meghan Markle, and they think, thanks to Suits, thanks to the summer success that is Suits, that Meghan could still have a career in Hollywood.
I done already said that that's a lost cause. Stop banking it on something that happened billions years ago. Now all of a sudden people watching it, they like this as a rebel. They're like, oh, go Meghan. Like, no, I believe it's a fake, fictitious lie. I don't believe it. Somebody's trying to bring her back to life. But you can try if you want to, but people's opinion about her is... We're going to change our mind because she did good at Suits? I'm going to change my mind about Meghan because her mother went out with Doria? I'm going to change my mind about her because that's what the last session that I just did, that I'm supposed to change my mind about who Meghan is because her mother has stepped on the scene and now is taken over to be this ambassador for Meghan and bring her back on the scene. First of all, you got to be on the scene to be brought. Meghan's mother don't know nothing about being on the scene. They will do anything to make money and to be famous. That's what I'm showing. I'm seeing a desperatism in Meghan and her mother. She told her mother to go out there and do that, and that's exactly what Doria did.
Whether that it is becoming a brand ambassador or finding a really exciting project that she could jump into. There are rumors that she wanted to work with the actress and comedian Mindy Kaling over here. So they think that there's too much negativity and drama surrounding the royal family and that Meghan should pursue a solo venture in Hollywood. And I think it's going to reflect poorly if we see Harry continue to do all of these amazing things.
I accidentally rewinded it.
Games like this,
being struck by the irony of Meghan losing work in Hollywood because of all the drama surrounding her. Does Harry need this document?
Wow.
Poorly for her.
Okay, but I can't help being struck by the irony of Meghan losing work in Hollywood because of all the drama surrounding her.
Sorry, guys. Let me go back. Here we go. We're going to start here.
So find out what's behind that then. Why this professional parting of the ways?
They believe that the royal family element is dramatic, is too much drama surrounding Meghan Markle, and they think, thanks to Suits, thanks to the summer success that is Suits, that Meghan could still have a career in Hollywood. Whether that it is becoming a brand ambassador or finding a really exciting project that she could jump into. There are rumors that she wanted to work with the actress and comedian Mindy Kaling over here. So they think that there's too much negativity and drama surrounding the royal family and that Meghan should pursue a solo venture in Hollywood. And I think it's going to reflect poorly if we see Harry continue to do all of these amazing things for other people, like Invictus Games, like this, the polo charity event that we recently saw him at, Well Child, and Meghan is just chasing the spotlight. I think that will reflect poorly for her.
Okay, but I can't help being struck by the irony of Meghan losing work in Hollywood because of all the drama surrounding her.
He said, I'm trying to wrap my brain around Meghan losing deals and losing all this stuff because of the drama surrounding her. Thank you. I'm glad he said it. He said, that don't even make sense to me. He said, so, okay, you're trying to tell me, Kinsley, that Meghan's going to lose business or lose things in Hollywood. She's going to lose friends. Check this out. Friends, A-listers, jobs, and everything because of the drama surrounding her. The drama surrounding her is the drama that she put around her. No one's at fault but the person that is in it. It's her. It just behooves me that the conversation is the drama surrounding the royals, the drama surrounding, Harry's family. I'm get it right, Kinsley. No, it's the drama surrounding them. It's them. It's the drama that Meghan attached to her. She decided this is her. She opened her mouth and said it. She opened her mouth and spreaded it and decided that we should know what went on. And so we had an opinion on it. And now the opinion isn't going as great as she thought. She thought, like Taz said, that we were going to be like, oh, poor Meghan. Let's see about her. She was going over there to change the world and you weren't over there long enough. You were over there for 15 minutes and started your shenanigans. And now you need to separate yourself from the royals. They need to separate them. They need to separate themselves from you and Harry. I believe the royals are moving on with their lives and moving on with their endeavors and aren't even looking back. Because if you do, you will miss out on your own stuff that's going on with your own life because of these two with their shenanigans. I love to watch the royals on Sue Smith's channel because it reminds me of who the royals really are. And this stupid stuff about Andrew riding with William, his uncle, is pathetic. I guess he's supposed to be in exile. Like I said, I don't like him. But what Harry did was worse, was extremely bad. He betrayed his family to bring down the entire monarchy. Him and his tramp. And now she's done with that. Now that she sees she didn't get nowhere with it, and then they had to cancel her on Spotify, and Netflix is hanging on by a thread. Now she wants to be in movies and she wants to be a producer. She wants to play as an actress and get an Emmy. And she wants Doria to help and befriend these people so she can get in good. She does need to try to make money. Yeah, this is going to be. But being an A-lister, being something greater than what we see that you are, the verdict is out. And unfortunately, it is all your fault because the cards were in your hand. Jeez. Come on, let's go.
Documentary to be.
I'm lecturing. I don't want to. This sucks.
He
I hate that.
Hanging by a thread there.
I mean, I think you made a really good point that perhaps this is a PR execution.
Because he does seem to be sort of hanging by a thread.
Let's see.
To be a success. It's because he does seem to be. Does Harry need this documentary to be a success surrounding her? Does Harry need this documentary to be a success? It's because he does seem to be sort of hanging by a thread there.
I mean, I think you made a really good point that perhaps this is a PR execution, bigger picture. This is maybe just a chess piece he needs to remind the world of who he is and why we fell in love with him. I do think it's going to... How can I sit on television as a royal commentator and criticize a man that's trying to do good? I think it's a smart move by Prince Harry, and it will...
Easy. It's hard not to criticize him. Where I criticize him is that he needs to step back because he needs to gain loyalty from those that don't trust him anymore, Kinsley. So even if he's trying to do this, he's doing this for his own selfish reasons. He's trying to come back. He's making money from this, I assume. And that he wants to look like he's this great, charitable, wonderful person. And that's what we thought he used to be, Kinsley. But he's not that anymore, because he proved to us that he can't be trusted, and that what he says doesn't hold water. It falls short. It falls flat because he has fallen from grace. And you need a moment to swallow that piece before you can start allowing someone to you can rehabilitate his day all day long, but expect the criticism, because he did it. He allowed her to betray everything that he loved at some point. His country. And now they're over here with their shenanigans, Kinsley. They are full of shenanigans. And yes, okay, you can say that that's great that he's trying, but in all honesty, nobody is ready to see Harry, because we are still upset with his behavior. And for him to just sweep his behavior and make his behavior under the rug like it didn't mean anything, as they continue about their royalness or whatever, and give it to us to support. How am I supposed to support him, Kinsley, in something that he wants me to support him in, if he hasn't been that person that you want to support? He's done some really crappy things. Number one, marrying this woman, pushing her on the family, allowing her to come in and use him like a puppet, and then treat the queen. And I can go on and on and on. But the point is that society is not ready for him to be talking about veterans when he just got through talking about his drug use and how he was in therapy. Sit down for a second, get your stuff together, then come back in a couple of years and show us Invictus. And maybe then we will be ready to receive what Harry has to say. But there's still wounds and bruises and pain and hurt behind their actions. And people don't want to hear from these two. And if he wants to do something for charity, do it behind the scenes. Why do you got to be in the spotlight? Why does it have to be a video? Come on. Your brother them ain't out there all the time in the cameras and they watching. No. I don't trust this whole thing. No, I'm sorry. I could be wrong, but I don't feel that I am, because they haven't learned their lesson, and I don't think that they ever will, and they may not. And you just move on with it. But how do you treat it? You support it? And it's unfortunate for the veterans. It is so unfortunate for them. And that's why Harry needs to stop, because he is not ready to put his name on the end of something that's great and make it better. He makes it worse. Like Taz said, he is a fall from grace. He is right there with Andrew or below. He betrayed his family. He betrayed his country. He betrayed everything. And now she's done with the drama. She's done with the royals after they made her famous, after they made her an A-lister, and then after she decided to go in on them. I don't remember the royals saying anything, Kinsley, other than, No. I'm not giving it to him. Shame on Harry.
When it does seem like he's trying.
He needs to step down, quit talking, and saying things that are uplifting to others, because it falls short. His voice doesn't resonate. I don't feel like, oh, I can do it now. With Harry, no, I feel like it's not there.
Trying to do something positive.
And why have they failed?
Fair to criticize him when it does seem like he's trying to do something positive.
And why have they failed? Do you think
I'll do it, Kinsley.
to find success professionally?
Woo!
Do you remember during the Oprah Winfrey interview when
Have they failed? Do you think? Why have they struggled to find success?
Why have they failed to find success? Jesus, this is professional.
Well, do you remember during the Oprah Winfrey interview when Meghan Markle said, and this is the last time we're going to talk about it? They proceeded to continue to talk about it for the next 2 years. So I think that's why they failed. They dwelled on the negative. And what we loved about this couple was that they were a bright light. They were young and beautiful, and they seemed...
How many... I love me some Kinsley. No, nothing against Kinsley. I'm just, my thoughts. If I was the other commentator, if I was next to her, I probably would just be, my thoughts, but I probably wouldn't be going so hard. But anyway, no, because you have to understand the, when I look back on Harry and Meghan and what they have done, it does make you a little upset. It makes you like, wow. And it's like hearing it all over again and again and again. I don't know how to put it. And then for them to just be blatantly okay with just going on about their little, oh, we're wonderful, we're making our millions, I'm going to do $1 million post, I'm going to get an Emmy, da 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 da. It's like, that's not it, Meghan. That's it. Having an Emmy is going to make you happy. Having $1 million a post, that's going to make you happy. Hanging out with the Kardashians, that's going to make you... What? Harry will never be able to make her happy. And she won't ever be able to make her own self happy. She's always going to be critical and criticize and be this person. Like my mom said, a person that you will never be able to understand. Because nobody has this frame of mind. He said, why is it so hard for them to be successful? And Kinsley reminds him of the Oprah show, and then that, and then that, and then that. The verdict is out. That's not going to change. It's not going to get better because the Oprah show was years ago. It's not going to be better because Meghan's going to play in a film or do a TIG or come out with anything. It's not going to do better. It's just putting a Band-Aid on the inevitable. She was only over there for a few minutes, and she talked about that place like she was over there for decades, and they had treated her so miserably that she couldn't, like she was Rapunzel in the castle. And they were keeping her captive.
To want to change the world. And instead we got two people complaining about tiaras and titles in the middle of a global plague. It was unreal to witness. So I think it's them being
She reminded
in a world.
She reminded during that time that Meghan was complaining about tiaras and bridesmaid dresses and calling her Waity Katie, and also talking about her father and Samantha on the Oprah show. And also talking about how her babies weren't going to get titles and stuff because of their skin color, and how this was the only way that they can make money was by being on the Oprah show.
That needs a little light. Even right now, I think we need some positivity. If we saw more of that in them, I think that we might change our...
No. That's hope. The very thing that she needs to stay relevant, the very thing that she needs to make herself be better, is the very thing that they're pushing her apart from. And maybe they need to push her apart from it because she's a little obsessed with it and it's just the royal family, and they see that her with the royal family, it's not a good mix for her. Maybe that's what they're trying to say, like the mix with Meghan and the royals just don't mix. It's like oil and water because she's so jealous and all this other stuff that's going on with her. I don't know. But what stuff? Meghan flying over to the Invictus Kinsley and doing a speech is not going like Angela Levin said. Meghan is a nobody. She is. She's a nobody. She created that nobody status her own self because she used to be somebody. But her insides is nobody. And when they gone, you can't blossom. You can't put water on that and then it grows and then, woo, there it is. Nope, you can mask it. You can pretend. You can go over there and say a speech and pretend like she's this great influencer. She can get a TIG and pretend. She can pretend all like someone said. She's good at acting. No.
Our opinions.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Kinsey Schofield.
That was really good. Let me
dying for a daily.
It was unreal to witness. So I think it's them being self-consumed in a world, a global plague. It was unreal to witness. A bright light. They were young and beautiful, and they seemed to want to change the world. And instead, we got two people complaining about tiaras and titles in the middle of a global plague. It was unreal to witness.
She said it was unreal to witness. It's still unreal to witness. It still blows my mind. And it's not just about that, but she didn't have not one nice thing to say about any, and I know I've said this before because it's true, on the Oprah show and all those shows that her and Mary went on a crusade to take their family down, they didn't thank them for any of the things that we saw on TV. I didn't hear her thank the Queen for coming to her wedding, for granting her a wedding, for allowing her to be a part of the family, for being for having the honor to be honored to be a part of the royal family. But you treat it like that? Who does that? Like my mom said, you will never be able to understand that. I will always be shocked by it, but I will never be able to understand it. I don't care. You can tell me what a narcissist is. You can tell me what a psychopath is. I will never be able to understand Meghan's path of destruction, fall from grace, box office poison, not going to lift a finger. Suits is a lie. Check your Netflix has done it before. Spotify has done it before and said how great they were. I don't trust it. Because what gets me is, why all of a sudden Suits is this great show? Why wasn't it that great when she first came out, when everybody would have been watching it then? I'm still shocked behind this. I will never stop being shocked. It's almost like and it's not, it's just a reminder of who we're dealing with. Go back and listen to some of that stuff. They almost burnt Archie up, remember? In the infirmary. Not in the infirmary, but when he was in the nursery. She's insulted people. She's insulted countries. But does she come out and correct any of her mess? She double downs on it. Or just sweeps it under the rug and just hope it'll go away. Separate herself from her husband's family. You need them. I guess it's very difficult. I would be been and apologize like a billion years ago. Sorry, oopsie daisy. Listen, your grandkids are over there. They want to see you. Let's get this straight. No. Someone's going on 6 years old. Archie's going on 6 years old. And I don't mean to bring up the kids, but it's just wrong. Nobody gets to see the kids. Someone told me they wanted the king to come over here. What do they look like? Oh, this whole big family coming over here for these couple of people. And they could just go over there.
So I think it's them being self-consumed in a
Self-consumed.
world that
It's more than that.
needs a little light. Even right now, I think we need some positivity. If we saw more of that in them, I think that we might change our opinions.
No, we won't. I won't believe it. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if I went too hard on anything. You know, sometimes I get a little emotional. Not emotional, just passionate about what I'm saying. I don't mean to go so hard on her, but it is the fact. It is factual. And I just think that here's the deal. For a very long time, Meghan thought she was here. Oprah show, she got cocky with the bending of the, I mean, everything was in her corner. She was doing it, and they were just letting it out. And we were watching it. And I was in shock. And I just thought, wow. Did she not get the Oprah memo? I just didn't. Listen, forever, I will always wonder and be in shock why she chose this path. Because nothing explains to me. I do know. It's selfish. It's just selfishness. Because she didn't think about anyone but herself. No one. And she's still not. I'm out. Kisses, guys.